entirely on mic positioning rather than consumption of alcohol. Off. I don't know if you were trying to speak a minute ago, but I couldn't hear you. Your avatar was coming up surrounded by green, no sound coming, so I don't know if it was just setting that you had or something like that. But just so you know, if it happens when you're not able to hear me.
Your mic is super not picking you up. You sound real far away.
Shit. Okay, hang on. Let's try. I know I have it on the wrong microphone. Hang on.
Is that any better?
Much. Welcome back, Paul.
So I do. Thanks, Ray. I normally, obviously, I have like a separate, boom mic that last year, which I use, but because at the moment with my new job, all my training is online, so I'm basically sat at this desk for 8 hours a day, and we use headsets. So I was so used to just having a headset on that I didn't even consider that it was a different microphone that was set up. Oops.
I think we can forgive you for that.
No, 'tis an unforgivable sin.
I prefer Fia's answer.
Dang it. Well, she does have the proficiency in persuasion, and I have it in intimidation, so...
Exactly. Is everyone well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, doing pretty solid.
Excellent. Very pleased to hear it. Yeah, sorry about a couple of weeks ago. My back just was not having it, and DMing on wine is probably doable. DMing on codeine, hell no.
Yeah, that seems like the wrong way to go about it. You just end up kind of like head lolling back and drool running out of the side of your mouth. And we're like, well, this has been an interesting adventure.
I guess we win.
He regains consciousness, and we go, gosh, I don't know why he all gave us those +4 weapons.
And I'd like to apologize for last.
The thing is, when I have... No, there's no apology needed, man. These things happen.
Well,
things come up. We're all adults. Things happen, and...
It was my grandson's birthday parties. And we had gotten them one of those bouncy houses. So there was like 12 kids here that were under 6. And of course, we had it was like they could play outside, I could do what I need to inside. It rained.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think we all prefer that you cancel at that point.
Yeah, because at that point you're going to have at least 2 broken limbs per child.
Yeah, that's why I had to decline rather close to our meeting time. I was like watching the weather, and I was like, "No, here it comes! Damn it!"
It's all good, man. It's all good. Anyone got any exciting news?
No exciting news on our part. We're just getting through each day.
Sometimes that's the way to do it, isn't it?
I did start watching The Mighty Nine, and I am convinced that most of that has to be scripted.
I don't know, man. I think they're just very good at what they do. I think they probably discuss certain plot points that they want to hit, but I think they maybe I'm just very trusting, but I think they're just very good at it.
Yeah, it could be. Of course, I didn't watch the prior seasons to that, so it might have been a little bit rougher back then. But I was just like, wow, these guys just keep. There's nothing stops them. It's just they just steamroll right through everything.
Yeah, the first season I started trying to watch it, and I just couldn't enjoy it because it is messier. The production values aren't quite as high. They're still kind of learning not to talk over each other all the time. I got about five sessions in, and I thought this is too chaotic for me.
Maybe that's what I need to do then.
Yeah, season 1 is quite chaotic. I'm sure it gets better as they go on, but yeah, certainly at the start it was very chaotic. Hang on, I just realised I don't have my light on there. Oh. So, are we all ready to explore some dungeons and kill some dragons?
Heck yeah, we are.
I'm not too sure about the
Heck
dragon
yeah.
part.
Oh
Yeah, let's take
no,
some
Ray's
dungeons
just
from
started
kobolds.
shaking in the corner.
Yeah. Although I only have a black screen. Is that
Okay.
what everybody else has?
On Roll20?
Yes, sir.
Shouldn't be. Does everyone else have just a black screen, or do you see the landing page?
Well, Paul, I guess it's just me
Fia,
and you.
Morph?
I don't have mine up yet because I'm a terrible person.
Oh my word! It's all good. Let's see. Why would that have? Why would that be?
Well, let's not say a black screen. I got a black square.
What is going on here? Roll20 have been making lots of changes recently, and I'm not nearly as technologically au fait as I once was. It means that. Oh, 2 seconds. Jodie's just back from the salon. Hang on.
Take your time.
Oh, hello.
Oh, she is real.
Guys, I will be once. She exists. I promise she exists. She's not a figment of my imagination.
Is her hair
bear with me
green?
2
Will you tell
seconds,
her
guys.
I love her hair?
Fia says she loves your hair. Fia says she loves your hair. Yes. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I've not seen Jodie all day. She's been at the salon for like 8 hours. 2
Understood.
ticks.
Take your time.
Okay, I am back. Not sure why the landing page is just a black square.
I'm reloading the page now, see if that changes it.
Mine is a black square too.
Oh, really? Right, okay. I mean, it is just the Dungeons and Dragons logo page. It's nothing exciting. Because last time you were just in the village itself, which does have a map. Let me try and put on the actual map and see if it lets you see that.
Yes.
Okay, we'll leave it on there for now. That's fine. So last time, you all returned from Cragmaw Castle, having found Gundren Rockseeker and his map, having
And
also
Pip.
captured and Pip. Let's not forget Pip, and also captured Virith, a shapeshifter who you ascertained works for the Black Spider. You all returned to Phandalin and had Virith locked up in the Smithy's cage while you spent some time in the village. You slept overnight in the Sleeping Giant after having been approached by Halia Thornton, the owner of the Phandalin Miners Exchange, who had a quest, suggestion, call it what you will. But essentially, she said that Harbin Wester, who is the current town master, had decided that he was going to run for re-election, if you like, and was holding a vote in the village imminently. She didn't tell you when, but fairly imminently. And she felt that perhaps the village needed a change of management. She wasn't very happy with the way that Harbin Wester had gone about dealings with the Red Brands, how he hadn't stood up to them. She felt it was an insult to the villagers, and she asked you to get some evidence of any sort that would make the villagers realise that perhaps Harbin Wester is not the fine, upstanding citizen that he professed to be. The next morning, after you slept in the Sleeping Giant, Harrow was fairly adamant that you all deal with the Nothic in the basement of Tressender Manor, in what had been the Red Brand's hideout, and you dispatched the Nothic with quite quickly.
Good
Actually,
times. Good times.
It was a fairly one-sided fight. As you left the manor, headed back into the village, the smithy approached you and said that the prisoner, Virith the shapeshifter, had escaped.
And he
That's
had
where
a
we left it.
shiner or something too, didn't he?
He had a massive egg on his forehead.
Yeah. So the warhammer and the shield come out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Unfortunately, I think I dozed off at one point in the night, and that's the last thing I remember. Someone must have snuck up on me when I was in there. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I know you were counting on me.
Oh, that's all right. You mind if we take a look around the place?
Oh, please, please be my guest. And he leads you up to the back up to the smithy.
Does he need like medical care? Should I cure wounds on him, or I do have a medicine check.
Yeah, I mean, okay, roll a medicine check for me. I mean, you can tell it's fairly superficial.
Okay.
Injury that he's received. It seems that from the way he's described it, it was enough to knock him out at the time, but you're fairly confident there aren't going to be any lasting injuries or anything like that. He's taking a bump. He's possibly a mild
Art's daddy look
So
like
you
he's
arrive
okay?
at the-
I think he'll live.
All right, well, let's sniff around and see what we can find. Other than that, I think we've probably lost him. Someone who can shapeshift at will is not going to be something we're going to easily find.
Okay, so you all get to the smithy, to the blacksmith's workshop. Are you looking around? Or you want to do something else?
I'm inclined to give it a once over just to make sure that the story seems legit.
See if there's anything missing or anything out of place in a weird
I
place.
want to look around and then maybe if there's a closet, be like, haha, and find the blacksmith tied up there.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me, please, Harrow.
Can I assist?
Sure. Okay, so you look around. There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary that you see. The cage is the door is hanging open, and you can see as well that the shackles are strewn on the floor of the cage, and there is no key in the lock.
Huh. Well, I can't say this is unexpected. It's just unfortunate. Thoughts? Thoughts? Anybody?
I was thinking. So-
I'm following you here.
So I'm guessing that he might have been able to shapeshift into a smaller size and got out of the shackles, and maybe did the same thing with the bars in the cage.
Most likely. I mean, it was a gamble at best that we'd be able to contain him.
One
No
thing,
offense, Smithy.
Oh no, none taken. Don't. It takes a lot more than that to offend me. Don't worry, my friend. One thing you would notice, like I said, when Harrow and Serenity were doing the investigation check, they noticed that the cage of the door was actually open. Okay, so it wasn't just that the.
Oh, so he
I mean,
got
it
the
could
key.
be.
It was open
Try
without
this.
being tampered with.
With an 11, yeah. If you looked at the keyhole on the door, you would probably see some scratching around the keyhole, which would indicate that maybe the lock was picked from the outside.
So he shrank in size, got out, got the key, went back in, and let himself out.
I don't think that's how that works, dwarf. But a good working theory for us to go with. Maybe once we find him, you can ask him how he did it.
The smithy is just there looking at all these various theories flying around, and as Hardstat suggests that Virith essentially did what Rizzo the rat does in the Muppet Christmas Carol, of going back through the gate to get the jelly beans. Yeah, the smithy is just looking at Hardstat like, you can see in his mind he's obviously thinking, where did they get this guy?
Earthfast.
Well, actually, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you remember, but we had a bit of an agreement, didn't we? With the weapons that you left me from the manor.
Oh, we get money.
We did, yes, yeah.
We get money.
Yeah, basically, we'd agreed that that any money that I made from selling the weapons, I'd give you 20%. I haven't sold all of them, obviously, but I've made a start. So this is yours. I kept it separate, and he hands over a pouch to the party, which contains 45 gold pieces.
I'm not gonna lament that situation.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. That's very generous. I'm hoping you made a good amount as well, if this is any indication.
I've managed to make contact with a buyer up in Neverwinter, so
Somebody do the math.
I'm hopeful that there might be more money to come.
Somebody do the math.
Fantastic. Well, let us know. We will probably make our way through here again. We've got some work to do abroad, but the results need to be brought back here.
Aye. Like I say, I'm a man of my word, so anything that's your cut from those weapons, I'll make sure you get. Don't you worry about that. Are you going to be sticking around tonight? Apparently, the town master's making his big speech to try and convince the town to vote for him.
What are your thoughts on that?
Fair. I mean, he's as useful as tits on a fish, but at the same time, sometimes it's better the devil you know. I can't imagine that anyone else is going to want to take the role. So, I mean, he's probably going to go uncontested, but we'll see what happens. If someone else stands up, gives us a reason to vote for them, I'll hear them out.
Thank you.
What about you? What's your impression of him?
I would say that your summary is particularly poignant.
I learnt that phrase when I was down in Waterdeep once. I thought it was particularly apt.
Well, he definitely doesn't seem to be a mover and shaker, but at least he manages the status quo. What do you feel that the town could use? What do you think he should be doing?
More doors, more ale.
I mean,
more doors, more ale.
I mean, there's no such thing as too much ale, is there, my little dwarven friend? I don't know. It feels like, yeah, we've only just started to recently build this village up from ruins, but doesn't feel like he's maybe got our best interest at heart. Does that make sense? It feels like he's maybe more interested in just trying to have the title rather than actually perform the role.
I can understand that sentiment, but it doesn't quite answer the question. What would you want to see him do?
More trade. Get more people in. Now, I know we're off the trade route a little bit here, but there's got to be something he can do. He's got to make more effort with the surrounding villages. He's got to make more effort with the big cities. If he doesn't, we're going to die on our ass. I just don't know who else would. I just don't know who else would do it though.
That was a good question, Haro.
Thank you. I try occasionally to not just be a browbeating bastard.
Although I'm willing to bet you do that very well as well, my friend.
I'm not half bad at it.
I have no doubt of that.
So, you've profited under our existence here a little bit, haven't you?
Oh, I'd say so, aye.
So even if the town master was to start reaching out to these other settlements, other cities, other trade routes and whatnot, you know, you give a kind of chilly reception to the people who bring you coin.
Well, how can I put it? Old habits die hard. Everyone comes to this village and they like to think the best of themselves. And they'd like to imagine that when strangers come, they'd be welcomed with open arms. And the reality is, most recently, most of the strangers, present company excluded, have been red brand bastards. So you can't really blame people for being suspicious. But I think if more people were to come to the village, I think in time, most of us would come to accept them. If nothing else, if no one else comes to the village, I'm going to have no one else to spend some time with, if you know what I mean. And that's very important. The village will die if no one's spending quiet time, if you know what I mean.
I think we gather to some degree what you mean. Well, hopefully,
Just checking.
hopefully we will be able to help the town master with our hired mission here with the dwarves.
Aye.
Only thing I would say is don't let him take credit for your work. Yeah, because he's a sly bugger, is Harbin Wester, and he will take credit where he can. So just make sure that you're not doing the work and he's taking the glory.
Oh, he did try to do that with the red.
That's really okay with me. I don't need the glory of bringing up a mythical mine to a mining town.
Well, listen, my friend, that's up to you. All I'm saying is I know a lot of people would be mighty pissed off putting all the work and the effort in, putting their neck on the line, for some other bastard to then take over and take the glory. That's all I'm saying. If you're saying that you're fine with them taking the glory, then that's fine. Fair play to you, my friend. Some people do, some people don't.
Well, let's just say if he were to take credit for what we did, he's still got 3 adventurers and a goblin that know what they did.
4 adventurers.
And he should be a little concerned about that.
Droop looks at Harrow and says, Mr. Harrow, do you not consider Droop to be an adventurer?
Busted.
Droop, do you consider yourself an adventurer?
I sure do.
Okay, 4 adventurers then.
I mean, he took a shot at a dragon.
He has a higher hit rate than any of us.
To be fair, he is very dangerous with that crossbow.
Rumours that Droop is heading off to set up his own adventuring party are entirely unfounded. So what's the plan?
Okay, well, I think we're not going to be able to find this shapeshifter. I am open to ideas, though, but that is definitely not my forte.
I mean, I could do a perception check. I don't know if that's going to tell us anything new. Footprints in the dirt.
What are you doing the perception check for? So footprints would be more of a survival check.
I mean, we can give it.
All right.
Is that? Do we? 1 minute. Is that what we're shooting to do? To try to track him down?
I mean, if that is something we're able to do.
I'll throw out a survival check. See if I see footy prints in the dirt.
Go for it. Okay. So it takes about 90 minutes, half an hour. You do spot some footprints leading from the workshop and heading north out of the village. However, they would appear to be about, from what you can tell with that, more than a few hours old. So you can see which way Virith headed, but they did have a pretty good head start on you.
Yeah. Heading toward the Tribord Trail, I guess.
That's not an unreasonable deduction.
Town seems safe. What else we want to do?
Well, I suppose we can get working on our quest to the east.
Are we still located near the smithy?
Yes, at the moment you are right outside. Say, as soon as my laptop catches up.
I can.
Say you're about there.
I'll whisper to the group that if we wanted to, we could put the town master in the Nothic costume. If we wanted to get him voted out.
No, I don't think we want him voted out. At least not for our rather suspicious mining guild representative.
Yeah, she is kind of creepy. To the east.
All right, well let's get our supplies squared away, and then yeah, I guess we'll head. I don't know which we looked at the map at one point in time. Is the Banshee's Lair the first on our path? I think that's what we agreed on.
Let me just bring up the map, and also that I seem to remember as well. Did someone mention last time that they wanted to provision up?
Yeah, I think definitely the goal is to make sure we have all of our resources topped off before we run off into the great unknown.
No problem.
And Serenity can go see if Pip's okay, like peek through the window.
Serenity is gonna give them some distance.
Understandable.
Grieve a little.
Yeah.
This is taking ages to focus at my side. Focusing for you guys. The map.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we have a map that has a little too much information on it.
Yeah.
I'm pretending only to pay attention to the things that are relative to us, irrelevant to us.
I covered it up.
There was a different map, but I seem to have uploaded the wrong one. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, Roll20 has been awful the last couple of days when I've been setting stuff up and putting in maps and stuff. It just doesn't seem to want to play along. Yeah, so you know that it will take approximately. Tell you what, let me bring up a different map because that one is not. Bring up a map on my own system just so I can have a look here. Okay, it's going to take about 2 days to get to the area of Coneyberry, the village of Coneyberry, and kind of where you'd been told that Agatha's lair was somewhere near. So yeah, it's going to take about 2 days. We're on about midday now, so let's say you get there midday 2 days later, if you want to. God, that map is just coming to focus, and I definitely uploaded the wrong map. There's lots of detail on there. That's fine. I trust you all not to metagame.
The 2 days travel.
Yeah, so it would take about 2 days to get to Con.
There's a lot of lag in there.
Mm-hmm.
That would include like long rest, so we should be topped up and ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah. You would hit Coneyberry with all of your spell slots, etc., etc.
I think that's what we should do then. Start knocking off those quests.
Yeah.
Okay. Back here unless we've if you're going to the shop, going to Barthen's Provisions or Lion Shield Costa if you need anything more weapon based.
I think I'm okay.
Oh, if I may, would Serenity be walking in front of me?
Probably. She's short, but she got that power walk going.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Lassie, I see an axe in your bag. May I take a look at that?
Sure. She hands it over.
Mr. DM, that was an axe that was found while I was out of commission. I think it has some dwarven
The
inscriptions.
rusty old dwarven battle axe. Runes in the handle, and the blade is rusty. It was in the dragon lair.
It was in the Dragon Lair, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Wow, you're all putting my notes to the test tonight.
Sorry about that.
You had to pick the night where I've had a bottle of wine.
It's the best night.
Seconds in.
It's the best night.
2 seconds, because everything is suddenly going very slowly for me here.
Why he's sorting that out.
Yeah.
So, who are we going to have approach this banshee? Sounds like something that doesn't need to be a fight. That we have some, I don't know, chiminage for her, and we have a paladin with us. So I mean, we shouldn't be too concerned about if it goes sideways. But like, do we want to roll into this super diplomatic, or do we want to try to browbeat a banshee?
What is the goal with the Banshee? We need a book from her?
She has information regarding a book that the Harpers require, I think.
I mean, we do have treasure. Maybe we can bargain with her with it.
Well, the priestess, the sister, gave us a very nice hair comb
Oh yeah, that's right.
to barter with.
I mean, we could be diplomatic at first, and then if things get out of hand,
We can do what we do well. I mean, I feel pretty confident with both a cleric and a paladin.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So do we want Serenity to take the lead on that?
I don't know if my social prowess extends to banshees.
I mean, but you're probably the most gentle out of the three of us. Four of us.
I am happy to give it a shot.
But we're not a huge party, so if all three of us just happen to speak to her, I think it should work out pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to mix it up with a vision of death.
Did we get our manacles back? Off of the red brands? Yes. Okay.
All right. Was there what would I need to do to inspect this axe?
So obviously you speak Dwarvish, so you would notice that on the handle are some runes, and the runes spell out the word Hew. Hew.
Hew.
Okay. Hew. It would take about 10 minutes for you to, sitting there, observing it, kind of trying to get a feel for the item, and you realize actually that Hew is a +1 battle axe.
Very nice. Now, is there a way that I can have it where I realize it was enchanted by licking it?
Why the hell not?
Yeah,
It's that Yukon Gold kind of thing.
he's got a couple of quirks. Let's just say.
It's got that tang of magic.
All right, and I hand it back to Serenity, and I explain to her that it's an enchanted axe +1.
And what you would also realize, and again, you would most likely explain this to Serenity, is that when the wielder hits a plant creature, an object made of wood, the battle axe automatically deals maximum damage.
I was about to say, if it does extra damage to dragons, I'm going to throw this computer.
So any plant creature or any object made of wood, the axe will automatically do maximum damage. You do also, Hardstat, get a slightly uneasy edge from the weapon, but you're not entirely sure why. Just something about it that you think, something not quite right here.
Can I do an insight check on it? Would that clarify that? I think it's probably more Arcana.
Insight check probably wouldn't really work on. Yeah, do an Arcana check for me. Let's see what that comes up with.
No, I don't want to do an Arcana check. Hold on.
The worst that happens is you don't work out what it is. Yeah, 8. Yeah, you can't work it out. You're trying to get a vibe from this axe, and you know that there's something there, but you're not entirely sure what it is.
I don't know, Lassie. It's a weird axe. I don't like it.
All right. Well, we'll keep it in the bag for now then.
Have a
Or-
professional
Whose
look
bag
at
is
it
it
at
going
some
in,
point.
just out of interest?
Serenity is holding basically everything.
Okay, no problem at all.
I mean, we can spread that out if you want.
No, it's fine. I got this.
So,
We can hire a donkey.
Oh my god.
so hire a donkey. Okay, so you said Barthen's provisions and then a couple of days journey.
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing.
How much are
Okay,
provisions?
Well, that depends what you want to buy.
So for like a day's worth of food, for example.
A day's worth of food is not much. A day's worth of rations is 5 silver pieces.
I have 10 rations already.
Then I won't bother getting any more yet. Or never can be too safe.
I mean,
Yep,
I'm
pretty
not
much
going
here
to
just
sort
to
of like
remember it.
I'm not going to sort of like every day say make sure you mark off a day's rations, but obviously I'm going to trust you guys with that. But at some point you will have to purchase rations. We're not going to get 18 weeks into this campaign and you're all still
I
living
still
on
have
your
10
initial
rations.
10 days of rations. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
if we just make
as long
sure
as
we're
we've
topped off at 10, just in case we get sidetracked or waylaid or whatever.
I've been buying
Yeah, I
10
mean,
every time we come back into town.
okay, that's fine. Like I say, I trust you guys with it. Just something to bear in mind that if you were all managing weeks on end with your same 10 days of rations, we might have to do something about that. But
Eventually, we'll just have spells to handle that.
yeah, exactly. Get a druid with good berry and you're sorted.
Can we get some of the silver pieces into gold pieces?
Say that again, sorry.
Can we get some of the silver pieces? Can we do a little bit of organizing so that, or do you worry too much about how heavy copper, silver, and gold are?
Oh no, I'm not doing weight of coin. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, life's too short to worry about the weight of individual coins.
Okay.
All right, then let's get out of here.
Okay. You head out. I should put this light on, it's getting a bit dark there. You head out from Van Dillen, head on to the Tribal Trail, and a couple of days later, hit the village of Conyberry.
Do we want to
So,
mingle
the
in this
town
town?
of So, the first thing you notice as you get there is that Conyberry lies in ruins. Okay, it was sacked by barbarians years ago, and is now yet another ruined, abandoned village, Sword Coast. The Tribal Trail runs right through the abandoned town, which makes it an easy landmark to locate or Agatha's lair. From the ruins, it's fairly easy to find an old trail that leads northwest up into the Neverwinter Wood. And a few miles along this trail, the forest grows dark and still as the trail winds deeper into the trees. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape the branches, and the air is noticeably colder than it was even a few miles back in the ruined village. Rounding a bend in the trail, you see a screen from the warped branches of trees standing close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadows. A low doorway leads inside. I think I uploaded some artwork for this. Let me just check. It's not exact, but it sets the scene.
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh. This place doesn't look ominous at all.
So yeah, ahead of you, the trees have kind of grown, whether naturally or through magical means, into a sort of dome, and there's a small entrance in there which leads into shadow. You can't see in there.
All right, sis, I think you're on point.
I think,
You got the comb?
I think we need to find her first.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion if we're just calling, we'll probably find her.
Yeah, I've got the comb. I just didn't put it on our list, but I'm sure it's in my bag somewhere.
Do you enter the dome, Serenity?
Yes.
Okay. So as you enter the dome, what you see is that in here is almost a home of sorts. Sparsely furnished with chests, shelves, a table, and a reclined couch. All of it old, and from what you can see at first glance, seems to be of elven origin. The air grows cold, a powerful feeling of dread grips you. A cold, pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking on the form of a female elf, her hair and robes waving in a spectral wind. She might have been beautiful once. A hateful expression twists her features now. Foolish mortals, she snarls. What do you want here? Do you not know it is death to seek me out?
Yes, we had heard that, but we brought something that we thought you may be missing.
And what, pray tell, my dear, is that?
She holds out the comb.
It's rare that adventurers come prepared. Thank you, my dear. Set it in the drawers over there, would you?
Of course. She like moves over to the drawers with this definitely not cursed comb.
Staying on my guard because I don't want to see my sister get eaten by a banshee.
Same. I'm doing the same.
Okay. So, as Serenity
Just really quick, Paul.
lays the comb. Sure.
Can I have a spell at the ready?
Yeah, what are you preparing?
I need to tell you what I'm preparing.
Just so I know.
Turn undead.
Okay, no problem. So as Serenity takes a comb, walks over to the small bureau of drawers, places it on top, nothing happens.
Whew, whew.
Agatha smiles and she says, "Very well. I know that you seek many things. Ask me one question and I will give you an honest answer.
Oh, that sounds like a trick.
Give me 1 sec.
We got to do the huddle thing again.
We're seeking the spellbook of Bagental.
I remember that book. However, I have not had it in my possession for over a century. I traded that book to a necromancer named Cernoth from the city of Erebor more than 100 years ago. I do not know what happened after that. My knowledge is great. Even I have my limits.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Like snag the dwarf's collar before he gets away.
And even as Hardstadt is saying, okay, thanks, bye, Agatha just blinks out of existence.
Wait, can you repeat that now that I have the journal up? What was it?
Yeah, of course. It is Agatha traded the book to a necromancer named Cernoth from the city of Erebor 100 years ago. What I'll do is I will actually just copy it into the chat for you.
Okay, well, mission accomplished. Harrow kind of dusts his hands together and been like, well, that was easier than I was expecting.
I like traveling with you guys. You got easy quests.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that out loud.
Too late.
Yeah, Green Dragon's gonna swoop out of the heavens and tear you in half.
So from here, you had, I'll just remind you for, just in case, because there's been a lot happening. So you have 2 more sort of outstanding quests, if you like, side quests.
Orcs in the well.
Orcs in the well. Yeah, exactly. So you would have been, let's say you would have been told by Darren Edomath when he was telling you about the well, that it's actually not too far from where you are now. You could probably get there by dusk. You could get there with enough light.
And remind me what we're doing at the well?
That was the skeletons. No.
Well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So the well, you had been told that there were a number of prospectors had come back to Fandolin, saying that they'd been chased away from the area by what appeared to be some sort of undead figures. And there was kind of a general sense of boding in the area. A lot of it had been put down to miners' moonshine, but Hallie Thornton confirmed that she had heard similar stories.
Fantastic.
So there was
So,
potentially something going on.
well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find our spell book. I don't think we're that lucky, but wishful thinking, right?
Got to love
It's
your
good to have
optimism,
lots
man.
of goals.
Well, if it's only a travel to the rest of the day, shall we push on?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't feel particularly worn out after that.
I
Is
mean,
there anything interesting in the cave?
Roll and roll roll
I like
an
how-
investigation check for me.
I like how it sounded like Heartstat was getting farther away from us.
He's just leaving.
So he just noped out the minute Serenity started looking around.
And then there were two in the party.
Yeah, no, if Serenity starts to like poke around, it's literally like grab her wrist and be like, no, we're going. We're not going to mess around in this woman's lair. She got probably everything in here by people coming and asking her questions. She's probably violently possessive of everything. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
She is literally eyeballing me while she was making the roll.
Maintain eye contact, assert dominance.
The shield and the hammer come out.
Oh, it's times like this that times like this that you know Serenity has a little spray bottle that she uses for Harrow at times. Okay, so with an 18, I mean you have a look around. You do notice that obviously your comb is on top of this bureau of drawers, and now that you're looking around, you do see other little trinkets on the ground dotted around the place. You spot what looks to be a pearl down on the ground just next to the bureau of drawers. Notice small what appears to be like a leather pouch on the ground a bit further away. There are a few bits and pieces around here now. With perception, you've only been looking. You can roll investigation check, or if you want, you can pick them up.
She's not going to touch anything.
Okay. So, did you see the look of relief on Ray's face there?
we dodged that bullet.
So yeah, you get the feeling that perhaps other people have come here with offerings seeking knowledge in the past, and Agatha probably likes these things as a remnant of when she had a corporeal body. She's a hoarder essentially, but you do imagine that she's probably pretty possessive of them. So yeah, you probably, I mean, you're more than welcome to pick something up and see what happens.
That is a terrible idea. I can see it in your eyes, sister dearest. That is a terrible idea. Let's go.
I was only considering it
And that was a step too far in the first place.
briefly. The brief moment is still happening.
Okay, let's take a moment. Continue to consider, but take no farther step.
All right, let's go.
For a second, I thought she was going to do it. Just for a second.
I saw Paul breathe out when she decided no.
I mean, that's fine. I had a map ready to go if needs be, but no, that's fine. So you leave Agatha's lair. You head back down the trail that you.
We're out of the dome, right?
You're out of the Thunderdome, indeed.
Is that the one that we got the 3 healing potions fronted to us for?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very strange encounter in the game because it's written as a side quest, and there's literally nothing that's designed to go wrong with it. I mean, I can tell you, I mean, you probably all know anyway, but unless you really, really piss Agatha off, there's no consequence. She will only. She doesn't even officially ever fight you. She's
Gamers are
Gonna
masters of bad
challenge her.
decisions.
Unless you take her stuff.
if you if you guys
Unless
try
you
to
take her stuff.
well if you take her stuff, yeah, that's why I did get a map ready just in case. But even that's not written in the book. That's just my flavor. All that happens is if you piss her off or antagonize, it just disappears. It's such a strange little side quest because there's literally no. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, right, okay. So you head back along the trail. You get back to the abandoned village of Conyberry, and following the descriptions that you were given of the area when you were told about the potential undead, and the fact that there's not really much in the way of sort of obvious paths around here, you're pretty sure you know which way to go to get to Old Owl Well. So that's where you're heading.
Unless there's objections.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let me just check the map. Mhm. Come on, 20. Sorry, guys, Roll20 is just having a moment.
No worries.
Okay, I'll get on with some description as we're going on. So as you crest a low ridge, having left Conyberry from the other direction, heading out of Conyberry to the southeast, you crest a low ridge and you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amid the rugged hills. The place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard of sorts, adjacent to the broken stump of an old tower. A colourful tent has been set up in the middle of the courtyard, but no one is in sight. Let me just bring up the map now that it's properly located. Give you an idea of what you're looking at. So we'll say that you have approached from the. We'll say that you've approached from the sort of path here. Put a ping on there.
So this is called Old Owl Well, but it sure does look like it used to be a tower.
You can see just over some of these low ruined walls there, you can see that there is actually, from where you're standing, looks to be a well, which you imagine is where the name comes from.
And we're on the path towards the southeast.
So
Got it.
yeah,
Thank
exactly where that ping is. That's the direction you've come in from.
Let's see. I can scout ahead if that's what we're gonna do.
Are you? Is that a thing that you're proficient in?
Like stealth? No. Turn
Okay.
I think he's just saying he's willing to brave the dangers first.
That was definitely in character. He's like staring at this dwarf in armor, like.
Just a point. If I was going to say chainmail.
Yeah.
So yeah, any stealth checks will be disadvantage, Ray. Just as a reminder.
But
He just said scout. He didn't say sneak.
but I do have turn undead if we're fighting skeletons and what.
I think it's probably best if we stick together. But Master Dwarf, if you'd like to take point, I would not say no.
That seems like a good compromise.
I can do that. Just before we get started, kind of make sure everybody has aid.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Cool.
The usual three.
Very noble of you. Protecting everyone else, apart from yourself.
And I will make my way. Toward that area.
Okay. So, as you get there, are you just heading there normally, or are you attempting to move stealthily?
I don't think I'm able to move stealthily.
I mean, you can roll a stealth check. It will just be with disadvantage.
All right, we'll give it a try.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's undead. What perception could they possibly have? I guess we should all stealth, at least be somewhat quiet.
Let's try.
Okay. Everyone else give me a stealth check as well, please. And nice. And if you can and Serenity, if you can also roll stealth check for Droop, please.
Harold just disappears.
Okay. So the group clangs away along the trail to the aforementioned point that Hardstadt mentioned. As you get close to the sort of boundary of these ruins, everyone's passive perception is over. I don't have Harrows written actually. No, I do have Harrows. I don't have Hardstadt. No, I do. I don't have Serenities. Serenity, what's your passive perception?
It is.
Oh, there it is. There, I have it as 11.
11.
Yeah. Okay. So you all, as you get to that boundary, you all start to smell a deathly odor coming from the direction of the tower.
Just so we're all on the same page. None of us have had miner's moonshine, and I smell that. Do you?
I do.
Yes. Oh, just real quick. What is the? What are we trying to do here? Just clear it out. Retrieving something.
I think we've been tasked with simply dealing with the problem if there is a problem, which it smells like there's a problem.
Awesome.
All right, Hardset, it's all you.
Yeah, I was checking to see if I should. Can I do an insight check to see if I can figure out? What am I trying to figure out here? Never mind. I'm gonna walk up to this tent.
But you
Well,
approach the
Dwarf
tent.
has stones. I'll give him credit for that.
Dwarf and stone.
You approach the tent, and as you do, From the tower, you hear a groaning and shuffling from the tower. Quite a large number of zombies.
By Moradin's hanging hammer.
Holy! Hardstat, come back. Come back, Hardstat. Hardstat, come back.
Okay, so they start to kind of lurch towards you.
Bahamut, preserve us. Look at how many of them there are.
Mr. DM God type person.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get some player tokens?
You don't have your player tokens. I do apologize. Hang on.
We can just not be in here though.
Okay, where are we? Tokens.
Give me just 1 second though.
Sure. Wow, that is a massive Serenity token there. What's happened there? Okay, you should all have the tokens on there now. Over to the east. So-
I can't grab mine.
Oh, okay, hang on. Quinty does not like me tonight.
Sorry about that.
Jesus, you scared me.
That's me.
You should have control of your token and also token. Roll20 was being funny and hadn't assigned ownership to some of the tokens for some reason, but you should be able to move them Serenity. They're just to the east of the courtyard. You're still there?
Yeah.
On my Discord.
Yes,
just
indeedy.
Funny there for a moment.
You got quiet again, though.
Oh no, right, okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I think at this stage, let's have everyone roll initiative.
Don't forget to click your token.
Oh my god.
It's always good to have a healer at the end of the round.
Hey, I've got some good rolls. Oh, hey, I've got some good rolls. Oh.
Holy shit.
Make the zombies come to us.
Yeah, and even Pip, or even a Droop.
Why is it not letting me choose zombie for initiative? Hang on, guys. Okay, so up first we have Harrow. What would you like to do?
I will just Eldritch Blast this this zombie right here.
Okay, go for it. Because it's just shut that character sheet. $15 does hit, yes. 4 points of force damage.
Yeah, just blast an Eldritch Blast out of the tip of my Dragon Glaive.
You've got it. Although I might have it because everything has just crashed on me here. Okay, anything else?
I think that's it for me at the moment.
Okay, no problem at all. So up next is the zombies, but
There's so many of them.
even as these front zombies start to shuffle forward, from the tent, individual appears
Who
Can
was
you
that?
guys see the nameplates?
No.
Oh, that's okay. And he sort of comes out from the tent, and he's obviously been. Oh, has I just moved everything back? Sorry, guys, this is not working tonight. There we go. And he comes round. It's obviously the sound of the Eldritch Blast has made him aware that there's something going on outside. And as he comes out, he looks at his zombies not in the tower where they should be, and sees all you at the entrance and yells, excuse me, what is the meaning of this?
Sir, please get
If
out of the
anyone
way.
wants to
You're
have
in danger. There are zombies behind you.
Droop shouts, duck.
So yeah, the zombies all kind of start to shuffle forward. None of them are going to take an action though. They're all kind of fairly sedate, surprisingly so for zombies. I just need to do one more thing. Is anyone else getting a spinning wheel of death for Roll20 tonight, or is it just me?
I've seen it pop up a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, but I might be looking in the wrong spot.
Well, you can't miss it. It's front and center on the screen when you're trying to do anything. Okay, so these have all moved, and the wizard, whose initiative is actually the same as the zombies, comes running up to you
Well
and
met. Well met.
you do not understand. They do not pose any threat. I promise you this. Please put down your weapons.
That seems believable.
Yeah, okay, hold on here. Insight check this bastard.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Yeah, seems legit.
You can't tell.
Who are you, and why do you think a horde of zombies is an okay thing?
Put down your weapons. We'll send the zombies back to the tower, and we can talk.
I don't know. He sounds French.
Listen,
I also seem to have gone from French to German. I do not know what is happening.
Listen, buddy, I'm not putting my weapon down. You can shuffle your zombies away and we can talk, but I ain't putting my weapon down.
I'll put mine down. Is that a good compromise?
No, that is a terrible compromise. Why would you do
Hardstat's a cleric. He's not putting his weapons down.
that?
Very well, I will show the initiative and make the effort, even if you are not willing to. Willing to, that is definitely German. Okay, and I'm from all over. So so he turns his back to you and he shouts some incomprehensible language at the zombies. They all stop the shuffling and they all, as one, turn and they all head back into the tower.
You seem very well behaved.
Yeah, none of this is
So,
okay.
Give me 6 weeks while I move all these tokens back. Hang on.
Come
Can't
back.
you highlight box them?
I've Roll20 doesn't want to let me do anything out of the ordinary tonight.
That's fair.
I mean, I'll give it another go, but let's see what it does.
Oh shit! Hardstat needs like a holy hand grenade.
Yeah, he does.
So the stranger turns back and says, "See, I'm a man of my word. I send the zombies back. I would appreciate if you could lower your weapons."
Yeah, not gonna happen, buddy.
Serenity has already lowered her weapon.
Ah, well. Thank you, miss. I do appreciate it.
I'll lower my weapons, but I won't put them down. Drop them on the
I
ground.
am willing to plant the butt of my glaive, but I'm not just like sending it away.
And he observes this and gives a sort of very nonchalant shrug as if to say, "Good enough. I'll take it." What are you doing here? This is my. I am busy. I'm doing very important work. I do not appreciate being interrupted in this manner.
Let's start on a different foot here. Hi, I'm Harrow.
Hello, my name is Hammond Cost. At this point, let me describe him, because once again, wonderfully, Roll20, or the token that Wizards of the Coast have provided for this individual, in no way matches the description in the text. Fucking Wizards of the Coast, man. So in front of you is a stout, red-robed figure, sallow skin, shaved scalp, a very poorly shaved scalp according to the token, and he has a black tattoo on his forehead. So yeah, he introduces himself
he wearing?
as Hammond Cost. Say that again, sorry.
What's he wearing?
What's he wearing? He's wearing red robes, and they're tied at the waist with a sort of almost looks like a belt made of rope, almost.
There's a long look at my sister before I look back to this guy and go, uh-huh. And what are you doing here, wizard?
I asked you first.
Well, we were already doing what we came here to do, which is wipe out undead.
And then we stopped what we were here to do because you came out and asked us to stop. So I think that it's fair that you tell us what you're doing first.
This is,
I'm investigating. I would rather not say much more than that, but I'm investigating. I I'm guessing you're here because my pets have scared off some of the locals.
And that would probably be a good assumption. There might be more to it, but that's a good start.
Well, for that, I'm very sorry. Of course, it was not my intention to scare them off, but I cannot have my studies and my investigations interrupted or hampered in any way.
Yeah, and we can't have a bunch of undead at all.
Well, it seems we are at something of an impasse, no?
You know, interesting thing. Funny you should be here. My sister and I, we definitely might share a common homeland.
Oh, really? And where is that? You do not
Faye.
sound like you're from. Does not sound like you are from the same place that I am from. Ah, say, well, I stand corrected. Yes, indeed, I am. I am from Faye. Well done. Whereabouts in Faye are you from?
I don't know. A long line of families that have been making friendly with demons.
I mean, I was not going to say anything, but it is a bit obvious with the woohoo, you know. But I'm far too polite to mention anything like that.
What are you doing here, wizard?
Like I told you, I'm investigating. I'd heard that there was perhaps some special treasures in the area, perhaps. Some treasures that may hold particular magical value.
And you need an army of
Am I wrong?
zombies to get that?
I think perhaps. Oh no, mon ami. The zombies, they are there more for my protection. They're not there for assistance. I can do it myself, but what is the point in having a dog and barking yourself, no?
He has a point.
I say we just beat him into submission and then raid his tent.
Have we fought a wizard before?
I don't know at what point I decided that this wizard was going to be voiced by Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, my love, you're so beautiful. I must kiss you.
Oh, give me a kiss now and we can forget about all this conflict.
Let's go.
So, just when you were saying about knocking this dude out and searching his tent, how audibly were you saying that?
I was like it was an open threat.
The hammer and the shield
Okay,
come back
so
up. The hammer and the shield come back up.
I mean, my friend, if you want to try, you are more than welcome. However, there may be more of you than there are of me. Don't forget, I have my pets also.
I'm
I
wagering
think you will
between the
find that you
four
will
of
be.
us, you're gonna have a hell of a time getting your little shambly army over here before we're done knocking your teeth in.
And they have a pet cleric.
I mean, I did not want it to turn to this, but if there's no alternative, then it appears we must fight. Yeah?
Well, if you don't want
Yeah?
this to happen,
We?
you need to
What?
start speaking.
Hang on, let me just go and get my Fey Common Dictionary. I mean, I do not have a problem fighting you. If it is required, I would rather not. It is an unnecessary distraction, but if you're not willing to let me go about my business peacefully, then we have no other option.
Can't really guarantee you've been going about your business peacefully, nor that you'll continue once you've found what you're looking for. Since you won't tell us what it is to put our mind at ease, I guess we'll give you 10 paces.
Oh, my friend, you're very cocky. I can tell now that you are indeed from Fae. Very well. A fight to the death or to first blood?
Wait, you'd really rather fight than just tell us what you're investigating?
It's the French in them.
Dear, I have told you.
Yeah, magical artifacts.
I'm not going to give specifics. You have not given me specifics. Indeed, my friend, indeed, my little dwarven friend. We, magical artifacts. Who among us does not treasure and covet more power? Huh? Anyone here who tells me they do not want the magical artifacts, they are liars. I once again am German. Do not know how that has happened.
So once you find your artifacts, you'll leave.
Oui.
I don't know. I'm feeling
Do
a
not
lot
want-
like
I
this is
do not want to spend more than 1 minute
to.
more than required in this hellhole. I want to return to my homeland.
Red Wizard. He doesn't have the best intents in mind.
I mean, we're tiefling, so
Exactly my point.
good point.
It seems we have no other option, but we must fight. And he's going to take the last 10 feet of his movement back up here. And we'll continue with initiative if that's what you want to do. So he's had his turn. Zombies. So Droop.
Who's the first one to be like, cack, cack?
Yeah, at this point, Droop just like knocks out every zombie and the wizard with one crossbow bolt.
I would love to see him just ace this dude and the zombies just collapse.
Can he just hold his action?
Absolutely. What's he holding for?
A crossbow bolt.
Yeah. So what's the trigger for him to know?
I imagine
exactly for him to
Serenity
take his
Phase or
action?
anyone else in the party.
Say that again. Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
I imagine he is holding until someone else in the party attacks.
Okay, no problem at all. That's fine. So up next is Serenity.
Oh, sorry, one second.
Yeah, no worries.
I would like to.
Undead generally classify as evil. A red wizard of Thay that isn't evil would be a surprise. I'm doing community service, man. Volunteering my time.
I am reformed. Everyone always tares us with the same brush.
Can I cast protection from good and evil on our dwarf?
Yeah, since Hardstat doesn't have the,
Absolutely.
the extra hit points, give him the disadvantage on attacks against
Okay.
him.
Cool. Yes. You also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Hardstat now has protection from good and evil. Let's find a suitable icon for that. Yeah, that's for protection. Let's use that. It does also make you look like you know Captain America.
I like it.
Okay, is there anything else you want to do, Serenity? You still have a bonus action.
I'm just gonna move here.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the end of my turn.
No problem at all. Hardstat, you're up.
Oh, and I'm in defensive stance. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So we no. Hardstat does not like this guy. And his zombie groupie. So he's going to play Guiding Bolt.
Okay. So roll an attack.
And yeah, on the ringleader guy here.
Sure, no problem. Uh, 24 definitely hits. Yeah. Roll damage.
And that'll trigger Droop to attack.
And I'm going to play this at level 2.
Okay, no problem. Say that again. Sorry, Serenity.
I was just saying that'll drive Droop to attack before the initiative was set.
Yes, it will. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so that is there. So Hardstat fires now. Did you move first, or did you fire directly through Serenity? Oh, actually, it's guiding bolt, so I suppose it can.
Yeah,
Okay, no, that's fine.
I didn't think it was a line of sight thing.
Around people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the actual physics of it is, but that's yeah. We'll assume it's like heat seeking missiles.
I thought it kind of just dropped out of the sky.
So yeah, you. Yeah, the wording doesn't make it clear, does it? Yeah, no,
No.
it's all good. I'll maybe double check for next session, but yeah, for this it's all good. So yeah, this guiding bolt, this bolt of light, for now we'll say drops from the sky, lights this dude up. He's still standing, but he seems very taken aback by it. Put it that way.
Alright.
Do you want to roll for Droop's attack as well before we forget that?
So he rolled with advantage since the guy just got hit with the guiding bolt.
Okay. Yes, he does, doesn't he?
Little bastard crit.
So
Can he
how-
also use Fury of the Small?
Sure, why the fuck not? Okay, so it's an extra
Bastard.
4 then. Or did we say Droop's level 3? I can't remember. I can't remember what level we set Droop at. If we set him at the same level as you guys, or we did set him at the same level. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, roll for damage. Okay.
Little boss.
Holy shit! Once again,
I'm an adventurer!
Crossbow bolt to the throat of a wizard.
Fuck that wizard in particular.
Wow.
and he did. He fucked that wizard royally. What
And-
the fuck?
And just
This dude is so amazing.
before my turn ends, I'm going to play Shield of Faith on Serenity.
Okay, no problem at all. That's fine.
Now, whatever happens with the other zombies.
Oh no,
No,
actually, now let's have a look because what is the rule about casting more than one spell? I think if you cast a spell as your action, you can't then also cast a spell as your bonus action. I think you can have one spell and one cantrip, I think. Morph, I have a feeling you know this rule better than I do.
I actually don't.
Okay.
I mean, Shield of Faith is listed as a bonus action.
It is, but there's a restriction
Oh,
to stop people just being able to cast
Oh, I got
too
it.
many spells at once. I mean, I'm going to say, for the purposes of this, it's irrelevant, okay? Because Droop dropped I'm just going to tell you, the label that he has is Evil Mage. They don't even put his name on it. They've been so lazy. They've been so lazy with this token on Roll20. It's unbelievable. It looks nothing like the description. The name they've given him is Evil Mage. So yeah, he was just one step away from twirling his moustache, I think. And as he drops, in the background, you notice, because there are a couple of zombies sort of at the doorway, and you notice that they slump as well. In fact,
The little goblin just killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures.
Ah, he's got a higher body count than I do.
I mean, I'm kind of tempted to let Droop level up before the rest of you.
He literally gets all that experience. We're just fucking bystanders.
It's no. I am not going to mark every single one of those zombies off with a red cross, but they are all now inactive.
Yeah, we thought we had
And
Droop.
with that,
We thought we had Droop join our group, but we really just joined his.
Holy shit, that little
oh yeah,
dude.
totally. You're Droop's assistants. Yeah, you're Droop's assistants. So yeah, the zombies have dropped. The evil mage, as he's referred to, has also dropped. So we are out of initiative. As soon as Roll20 lets me clear it off.
So there's this kind of moment where like Harrow is getting ready for the fight as everything squares off. This dude gets lit up, and then I hear flip, and just everything is done. And just look at that goblin like, what the shit? Like, Hardstat, no offense, like, well done, sir. But holy shit, did we just get stood up by a goblin?
Yes, we did.
Did I do something? Did I do something wrong, Mr. Harrow?
No. That was a wow. No wonder they gave you a broom and kept you in a dungeon. You are just too good at what you do, little Deadeye.
I guess I'm just a natural.
Yeah. Yeah. Remind me the next time we're somewhere where we can get you outfitted that we get you outfitted.
Really? You're going to buy Droop real armor?
Yeah, not those giant gauntlets that you're currently using as shields.
Oh, Droop's never had a present before.
Yeah, we'll present you with clothing and you'll be free.
A sock.
Right, okay, that was a very short combat. What would you guys like to do?
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah.
What else we got on our list?
I would love to know what kind of artifacts are here.
Oh yeah, I guess we need to toss the place.
Not that we were here for artifacts, but since we handled that so quick, and if he was here for artifacts, we may as well take a look.
Yeah, we might as well search him, search the place, search his zombie horde, just search.
Okay, so the zombie horde are nothing more than zombies. None of those have any possessions on them. On his person, the wizard has a small pouch containing 35 silver pieces, 20 electrum pieces,
Wait,
20.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, 35 silver, 25 electrum.
Yep. Also 20 gold and 5 platinum.
Okay.
And are you going into the tent?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the tent there is a what seems to be kind of like a traveling chest, and in there are some clothes, basic sort of provisions, and at the bottom of the chest are a pearl worth 100 gold pieces, a potion of healing, a bone tube, which, when you open it up, contains what seems to be a scroll of darkness. And nestled away at the very bottom is a tiny jeweled box worth 25 gold pieces, and within the tiny jeweled box is a small silver ring. If you want, you can take 10 minutes to try and work out what the ring is. None of you have the identify spell, do you?
Negative.
No.
Oh, so if you want, you can take 10 minutes now, or you can kind of leave it there and check it out later.
I just lick stuff.
That's how he's going to end up with some kind of cursed ring stuck on his tongue.
It only
You
works.
gotta pour warm water on it.
It only works. It only works with dwarven artifacts.
I mean, I'm curious. I'll take the time.
Okay, so after about 10 minutes, you realize that this is a ring of protection.
Can I put it on Droop?
Sure. I mean, I don't think he needs it, but
I don't
yeah,
think
if you I have all these things that I will put over directly into Serenity's character sheet, just so you have a sort of official record of them. Or I can put the ring of protection into Droop's sheet if you want. But essentially, while you're wearing this ring, you do have to be attuned to it. And you have a +1 bonus to your armor class and to any saving throws.
Now, did you say we do have to be attuned?
Yes, sir.
How do we go about it?
Requires attunement. That is a good question. I believe. Look, hang on.
Just weird for a while.
Weird. I think you have to kind of study it for an hour, if I remember.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let me just look this up.
Yeah, there's something that makes it so you can't just like swap out attunements.
Let's have a look.
Is it something that swaps it so you can't swap out attunements, or you just can't toss it to somebody else?
Yeah,
You
that's
have a
basically
limit to attunements. I believe I believe it can be sort of like you can have up to 3 items that you're attuned to, but I think only one person can be attuned to an item at a time. Let's have a look. Bear with me.
I think that's right because basically what they wanted to do with a lot of the really good magic items is they didn't want people just randomly handing them around in the middle of combat and being like, oh, well, now I've got this ability. Well, now I've got this. It's like, no, it takes time. I don't remember if it was an hour or if it's 24 hours or, whatever. But they didn't want it to
It
be.
is a short rest.
Yeah, so it's an hour.
Yeah, so attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it. This focus can take the form of weapon practice for a weapon, meditation for a wondrous item that this would come under, or some other appropriate activity. If the short rest is interrupted, the attunement attempt fails. At the end of the short rest, the creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words. There are no command words for this ring. It's just once attuned, it provides that protection and that +1 bonus to saving throws as well. Where was it? You cannot sort of stack more than one of the same things. So if you then came across another ring of protection, Droop could not also wear that and get a +2 bonus. You would spread the love. There we go. Okay.
What's everybody sitting at armor class?
Say that again. Sorry.
I was just curious what the party was looking at armor class wise.
Oh. I'm at 8. I'm at 18.
I'm also at 18, and Droop is at 16.
I'm at 13.
You should take this ring.
I'm at 13.
I'm kind of holding
Droop
out.
already has a ring. Droop already has a ring on his finger, and you know, like when you try and take something away from a toddler, and they really don't want you to take it away from them. Sort of, you kind of. Mr. Harrow understands that you are maybe not as powerful as Droop is, so Droop will allow you to have the ring.
Kind of gives Serenity a look and like, this is going to be a problem. But just to be clear, he absolutely earned his place. Right, buddy. We'll make sure to get you all decked out when we get back to town.
Thank you, Mr. Harrow. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, you just aced a horde of zombies in a single crossbow bolt.
A whole horde of zombies, too. It's like, why do we even try?
Why are we here?
Yeah, I'm actually going to set up a new campaign just called The Adventure of Droop.
Perfect.
You guys are invited.
Oh, thanks.
I'm just going to run it just as Droop and as the DM. It's going to be great. He's going to get up to all sorts of wonderful adventures.
As long as we can read about them.
Yeah, I'll make sure he does a blog.
Thank God.
So, is there anything else you want to do while you're here? It is now obviously we said as you're getting here, it was getting to dusk. It is now getting to evening. I would say the light is starting to fade.
Well, is there a town nearby we can put up for the night, or are we sleeping in the wilderness?
I don't know about you three, but I wouldn't mind staying here for the night. It looks like we've at least got a tent set up, and I'm probably going to bury all those people.
That seems fair.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Or we just throw them down the well.
That's a terrible.
I didn't say I made the best decisions.
Okay. Speaking of the well, you did say in the chat that you were looking down the well. So roll a perception or investigation, whichever's higher for you. Okay. You look down there, and it's dark. You kind of see a reflection, maybe about 30 feet down. There is a bucket with rope on the ground next to the well, and the rope seems to be about 30 feet long. Do you want to try throwing a stone in the well?
Well, since you asked.
Well, actually,
Good thing we didn't get a donkey.
I really hadn't thought about it until you said something. So yeah, we'll throw a stone down there and see what happens.
Poor old Bill.
Yeah. So you
Hey,
find a
settle
stone.
down. We just took out a whole horde of zombies. One thing out of the well shouldn't be that too hard to handle.
So you find a stone that's fairly hefty, and you lean over and you drop the stone. And a second later, you hear splash. That's it. It's just a well.
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 Jesus.
There doesn't seem to be anything in the well. So. All right.
Okay, so you can spend the evening here if you wish in the tent. Harrow, you said you were going to bury all those zombies, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, no problem at all. In which case, for that, you can take inspiration.
Woohoo!
Okay. The job done.
I'll help them do their little
Go on. Sorry.
cleric thing that I do. You know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, whatever.
Oh, that's fine. Swinging some. I can't think of the word.
Swinging Mordin's hammer.
Incense. There we go. Swinging Mordin's hammer. Whatever you get up to in your own time, my friend, is entirely up to you. Zombies buried, incense swung, camp made for the evening. You all settle down for a long rest to regain your energy to contemplate on the day that's just been. Marvel at the wonder that is Droop and his incredible crossbow. And the evening draws in and you all go to sleep. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight. Yeah, because I'll be honest, you all went entirely the way that I wasn't expecting. So, so I need to take some more time and prep the next bit. That was you Sons of bitches. No, that was.
If he just
Cool.
wasn't a wizard, I might not have been so off put by him.
Say that again.
If he hadn't been a red wizard, I probably wouldn't have been so off put by him.
Yeah, it's obviously when this was written, they didn't take into account the characters with different backstories and the pre-gens. So it's fun. It changes things up. It keeps me
Well-
on my toes and makes sure that I'm googling things on with a second's notice.
You know, after we let the dragon talk for way too long,
Yeah, I was thinking.
I
The
could
same
tell that's
thing.
what you were. Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, I could tell that was where it was going. Yeah, we're not letting anyone do this for too long.
so
Right.
define you.
I love when I make my players very suspicious. How is everyone set for 2 weeks?
Theoretically, I think we're golden.
Same.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem at all. Awesome. We will aim for 2 weeks then, which is, let me just check that on my calendar. That'll be about the 8th, I think. 8th of May.
Sounds good.
Right, I will get those items that have been on this evening. I will get them moved over to Serenity's character sheet, apart from the Ring of Protection, which is in Harrow's possession.
I'm
That's
just
on my sheet.
I'm just keeping all of this stuff on the loot one.
Okay, if you're happy doing it on the loot one, then that's fine. Yeah, no problem at all. If you ever need a reminder of anything, I will try and remember. Yeah, if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that. No worries at all. Cool. Nice one. Well, been fun.
Yeah.
And we'll do it all again in 2 weeks' time.
Sounds fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks, Paul.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.